Last quarter, a beauty brand came to us bringing $18,000 a month on Amazon ads between 11 at night and 3 in the morning for the products that nobody was actually buying at that time. Their ACOS looked fine, their CTR looked fine, and they were losing money every single week. Here's exactly what we found, what we changed, and what it tells you about your own account. Let me tell you about this brand. Skincare company doing around 2.1 million a year on Amazon. On paper, everything looked healthy. ACOS sitting in around 31%, tacos around 18%, solid reviews, clean listings, good catalog. But they were bleeding cash. 45 days behind supplier payment. Margins that should have been 35% on paid traffic were coming in closer to 12. They'd fired their previous agency 6 weeks before they reached out to us because the agency couldn't explain the gap between good metrics and no money in the bank. The owner sat down across from me and said one sentence that I hear almost every week. Our ACOS looks fine. Our conversion rate looks fine. Why are we losing money? That is a question that brings most serious brands to our door. And 9 times out of 10, the answer isn't in the 5 metrics they're staring at. It's in the one they're not. Here's the thing about Amazon PPC. Most sellers, and honestly, most agencies, track the same 5 output metrics: ACOS, CTR, impression share, CPC, and conversion rate. Those are rear view metrics. They tell you what already happened. They don't tell you why. What actually moves a beauty brand's P&L is shopper behavior by time and placement, because a person shopping for Korean skincare at 2 in the morning is not the same person buying a garlic press at 2 in the afternoon on a Thursday. Different intent, different margin, different conversion window. Beauty specifically has a behavior curve most sellers don't know exists. People browsing skincare at 2 in the morning are in what I call research mode. They're reading reviews, they're comparing ingredients, building wish lists. They click a lot, they convert badly. And when they do convert, the attribution window is often not there within 14 days, meaning your last click is giving credit to the wrong campaign. So when this brand's previous agency saw high CTR, decent ACOS, okay conversion on their late night traffic, they kept feeding that campaign budget. The metrics looked acceptable. What nobody was tracking, they were paying almost $24 a click by shoppers who were eventually going to buy from competitors. That cost never showed up in the ACOS report. It only shows up in your bank account. Before I show you what we did, you need to understand how we run accounts, because it's different from most other agencies pitching right now. We don't use black box bidding AI. Half agencies you're talking to will tell you they have a proprietary AI managing bids by some large software. The honest truth, they can't tell you what they're actually doing. You're paying them to not know. We run every account on a transparent bidding algorithm. Every bid adjustment is traceable. Every change you make, you can see, audit, reverse, and question. When you're running $50, $100, $500,000 a month budget through Amazon, you need to know exactly what changed and why. This matters enormously for dayparting. Black box tools will tell you they handle dayparting automatically, but you'll have no idea what changes they're actually making at the campaign, or what logic they're even applying. When we do dayparting on account, we build the buckets by hand, with the client based on the vertical's actual shopper behavior. Beauty looks one way, home and kitchen looks totally different, outdoors is completely another planet. So let me show you what that looked like here. 5 steps. I'll walk you through each one. Step 1. We recorded 90 days of hourly data from every single campaign. We separated branded versus non-branded, placement level data, top of search, product pages, rest of search. You cannot daypart an account that's aggregated at the campaign level. You have to see it by hour, by placement, and by keyword. Step 2, we map that data against shopper intent windows. For skincare specifically, 6 separate windows: 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., morning routine, commute buys, high intent, price sensitivity on premium SKUs. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., work hours, browsing, low conversion, lots of window shopping. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., after work research, medium intent. 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., peak evening purchase window. The real buyers live here. 11 p.m. to 3 a.m., research mode, worst conversion of the day. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., dead zone, barely any traffic. Step 3, we set different ROAS targets for each window. Not one account-wide ACOS target, 6 different ones based on the actual purchase probability. Evening window, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., we push bids up 18%. This was where the real buyers were. They weren't competitive enough in top of search placements, losing visibility to competitors at that exact moment. Buyers were ready. Late night window, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m., we cut non-branded bids by 60%. Kept branded at normal because we still wanted their own name, their own brand to show up for shoppers in search. Stop this bleed on expensive non-branded search. Morning window, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., we raise bids specifically on premium AOV products. The morning buyer will pay full price for a serum. They will not pay full price for a $12 toner. Product level differentiation matters. Step 4, search term restructuring. The last 90 days of search term reports, we found that 34% of their non-branded ad spend was going to terms like best Korean skincare or skincare routine for beginners, terms where the shopper is explicitly in research mode, but not buy mode. We moved those into separate top of funnel campaigns with ROAS targets 3 times lower and a daily budget cap that was 10% of the original. Stop paying top CPC dollars for top of funnel curiosity. Step 5, market share analysis. For their top 10 transactional keywords, we pulled the search query performance report, found that on 3 of those terms, they had almost 50% impression share in a market growing 40% year over year. They were gaining ground and we were there for every bit of it. They did this because we allocated budget from broad awareness keywords into those keywords, specifically winning purchases. 30 days later, here are the actual numbers. Total ad spend down 20%, roughly $12,400 per month cut of straight waste. Revenue from ads up 14% because we focused on what was converting, we focused on what worked. Tacos dropped from 18% to 12.3%. Real profit margin on paid traffic up 12% to 28%. That's the number that actually matters. Market share on their 3 priority terms went up. The brand owner's exact words when we walked him through the numbers. I thought we needed more spend. Turns out we needed to spend smarter. That's dayparting for beauty. 1 tactic out of 6 in our framework. Every vertical gets its own playbook. Outdoor behaves nothing like beauty, and it needs its own attention. Medical behaves nothing like home and kitchen, but the principle doesn't change. Look at shopper intent by time, placement, not just ACOS. If you're running Amazon PPC right now, and your ACOS looks fine, but your margins don't, this is probably happening to you somewhere in your account. Here's exactly what we're doing on this channel. Every week, I'm picking 1 brand to audit. Fully anonymous, just sharing the numbers. Full transparency on what we changed and why. If you want your account reviewed, drop a comment below. Your category, beauty, health, home, outdoors, supplements. 1 sentence about what you think is broken. We pick 1 per week. See you next time.